Welcome to episode 300 of Superchat. If you have less than 10,000 subscribers, then you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to one of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. She is my YT BFF. She is your YT cheerleader. This is Vernes Closet. Thank you for joining me.
Woo!
It's good to have you back here. Thank you so much. I can't believe the year and a half that we've had. It's been another 6 months since Vern and I were here together, and we hope to bring a lot of value to everybody by engaging conversation in the chat, letting us know the kind of things you'd like us to talk about. We will do a deep dive today for about 2 hours where we talk about the YouTube algorithm, analytics, and features and updates that we've seen over the last 6 months. So how are you, Vern?
I am awesome. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud of you. Hello to everyone in the chat. How are you guys doing?
Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
Yes, thank you. I was saying thank you in the chat. And, we're here to help you. If you're a content creator and you're serious about your channel, we're here to give you some information that may help your channel to get to that next level. We do want you to take the time and try these things out. Everything that worked for us may not work for you, but it just may catapult you also. So, be open, have patience, and try new things.
Yes, what I wish for everybody is to take the information that you learn from people like Vern, people from myself, or people like myself, other people that you hear from around YouTube. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. The idea is that we don't try to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your channel. What we want to do is bring you some experience, bring you the things we've learned, opinions, put all that information together so that you can make the best decision for your own channel and videos.
Yes.
But Vern and I think very much alike. She is inspirational in the creation of Superchat in the first place. She always encourages and allows people to connect in her live streams, and she is a wealth of information. She believes wholeheartedly, as a lot of us do here in the Superchat family, in the idea of giving much more than receiving. And we see it all the time on both of her channels. So why don't we start with that? Because not everybody who comes through today has already met you. I hope that everybody will connect with Vern's Junk Closet. The link will be dropped through the chat every 30 minutes or so. But if you haven't already seen Vern's Junk Closet, she actually has 2 channels. So I hope you'll support her on her first. And what I'll talk about now is the second channel called the VMAX Show. How's that going?
It is going awesome. I don't know why, but it is loving my shorts over there. And I'm not a shorts person, but I've been doing it because people have been wanting it. And it's mostly of the seagulls and the ducks in the duck pond. And they are eating those videos up. So I'm just going to keep giving it to them. And yeah, it's amazing. So
I hope everybody who finds it appropriate will experiment with shorts. It's interesting because at this time last year, Vern joined me for episode 100 and again for 200 later. But when we were on episode 100, shorts were a fairly new thing, and neither of us had experimented with them yet. So I don't do a lot of them. I tried about 15 or 16, something like that. None of them really flew. But I'm glad to hear you're having a little bit of success, and we see that in a few other people here in the Superchat family as well. So that's good stuff. On that channel as well, VMAX Show, it's called. If you want, Vern, you can drop the link for that. It is a behind-the-scenes look at the creator behind Vern's Junk Closet. So when we're on Vern's Junk Closet's channel, it's a little more serious over there. Still fun.
Right.
She's still very loving and, appreciative of everybody, and it's a great time. And you do get to connect with Vern very well. But the VMAX Show is a little bit more of a personal look. So I'm glad to see that you broke off into a second channel to do that. I try to recommend that to people when it's appropriate, right?
Right.
Good stuff. So
it is.
How are you doing for subscribers now?
I am actually, let me see, I'm at 596. Now I was at 605, but you know how YouTube is, it goes up and down. Yes. So I'm good where it is. I will be doing more videos over there soon. I have done a live recently. There's going to be a lot more to come over on that channel. I do a thing called Are You Kidding Me? and
Right.
it's about crazy little stories, crazy little stories that are in the world going on. Nothing about death or anything. It's all about fun and crazy and like animals and pets and people that are
Good.
funny things that we would assume is funny. And I just do, are you kidding me? And we just have fun with it. And it's not making fun of anyone. It's just showing you that, you can laugh, even though we're going through a lot in this world.
Yes.
You have to laugh at some things. And so you just see that over there. And I do a little bit of makeup. I do some try on hauls, and it's all fun over there. You just get to know me as a real person and not as the YT cheerleader, like you said, and so serious and everything. So over there, we just have fun, but I'm enjoying it. It's awesome.
Very good. That's awesome because, Vern and I take YouTube very seriously, and I think
Yes.
we can get caught up a little bit in the idea of being serious too often. So it's great that everybody can get a better look at what you're doing over there. So when you
Yes.
talk about the numbers going down, we all know that YouTube for the last year has been purging all of our numbers. They play with our
Yes.
subscribers, our likes, our views, our comments. They even take away some of our thumbs down, thank goodness. But what do you find is the biggest, let's say, complaint that you get from creators? Is it watch hours? Is it subscribers when we talk about losses?
Well, for me, it's mostly subscribers, the people that come to me. Not so much watch hours, because I tell them, in order for you to gain watch hours, you have to drop videos. It's not so much of lives, it's more of uploading content. That's the way you get your watch hours. And in order for someone to give you watch hours, you drop that video, they have to watch it, and then you gain hours from that. You do gain hours from lives, so those are good. But to me, I love premieres. I think premieres are amazing, to gain the watch hours also. But for me, most people tell me about the subscribers, and this has been going on, since we've been on YouTube. It
Yeah.
goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, and that's just a part of the algorithm.
Hmm.
So even if you have old videos, you may see it that they start to increase. I had a video that was 6 months old, and all of a sudden it took off, and
Yes.
you're like, now it's taking off, but it happens. So you just
Yep.
got to stay consistent and making sure you are being creative and you are going and supporting other channels also.
That's a big part of this, yes, because YouTube, whether we want to call it this or not, is a social network. And that means we have to be social. And one of the things, I'm grateful for when you talk about the idea of having fun on your second channel and this and that. Now we both have channels that have established families surrounding them. And I'm so grateful when the creators that come through bring a little bit of fun and comedy when I tend
Yes.
to be a little bit serious. So Call Me Ender was in here earlier, kind of making me laugh. And I see we've got quite a few people in the chat. So thank you, everybody, especially for the
Yes.
well
Thank
wishes.
you.
I hope you'll connect with Vern if you haven't already. But I just want to welcome a few people. Ace Flaw One Andy has been with Tuber Chat from the beginning. Chris's Clever Craft and Derek's Journey are both members. Thank
Hi.
you for coming in. Easy Relaxation Soothe is fairly new to the Tuber Chat community. And Faye Blatcher's been with us for a while. Jerry Talks has been here for a long, long time as well. Gracie Sweets at Home, thanks for coming in.
Hi.
Jeremy D-Day is actually JD Knight 7 with a second channel. Khalid Delicious Food always spreads all kinds of love and
Hi.
positivity through the chat. My love, Kristen Welton, is here as a
Hi,
member and a
Kristen.
moderator. Michael Vlogs is brand new to Tuber Chat. Lord Texas Boy Gaming is here. Thank you for the extra share. I saw that earlier.
Yeah.
And Nurse Leslie is here. Outdoor Jack is
Hi,
fairly new
Nurse
to Tuber Chat.
Leslie.
Outgoing Azzy is with us. Purple Tube is here, a longtime friend of Tuber Chat. Rochelle
Hi, Purple
Vanterpool.
Tube.
I think we met Rochelle through Vern's Junk Closet, as a matter of
Hi,
fact. And then Rose
Rochelle.
Glam Lifestyle is here. Shanice Reviews is in the house, and Spotless Com is a dear friend who's extremely
Hey,
supportive.
Spotless.
So two of the most supportive creators that I've met on all of YouTube are Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures. These are two
Yes.
shining jewels in the Tuber Chat family. They are there so much more than as moderators. They're both friends. We talk offline, but these are a couple of creators who go over and above every single day. They truly have my back when it comes to a lot of different things. And these are the kind of things you can look for with people. So, moderating is something that's come up a little bit lately when we talk
Yes.
about how serious it is. And we know that some channels moderate everybody, which is fine. Some channels
Right.
don't. I take it extremely seriously. How are you doing with moderators? And things like that.
My moderators are old, and what I mean by that is they have been with me for so long. And I'm going to use an example. Neptura Laricia, she has
Yes.
been with me since I had 200 subscribers. Donna, just being real, I remember when I first went live, she was the only person on my live. It was her and I for 45 minutes. And all I used to say was, this is my first live. This is my first live. Come on in. This is my but see how you grow in your once you start to perfect your craft, you start to grow, you start to learn how to look at the camera, how to look at the chat, how to welcome people. This is like a job. You have to know how to multitask. And sometimes if you're having interviews, because I do a lot of interviews, I am not always able to look at my chat. And if I get someone that says hi, or someone that dropped me a super chat, or someone that said a comment in the chat, I may not necessarily always see it because I'm engaged with the guest. That is when your moderators come in. They can welcome people in. They can say thank you from the host. The host thanks you for that. And that is why you need to have amazing moderators that know your channel, how you want your channel to run, what you approve of, what you don't. This is free. No one has to do anything. But if you have those amazing moderators, and I have about 70 moderators. I know that's a lot. Do not be like me. I'm just saying I have 70 because I go live a lot. And I have about, like you, like 20, 30 people in my chat at any time. I've had up to 80. I had up to 100. So it varies. So in case you get trolls, this is where your moderators can come in and block those nasty comments or whatever rude comments that they're saying. So I think having moderators are amazing, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yes. Derek's Journey, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Thanks,
I really
Derek.
do appreciate that. Like I was saying, hopefully everybody will connect with Verne's Junk Closet on both of her channels. Her main channel will be linked in the chat often, so you'll be able to find her there. But a simple search for Verne's Junk Closet will find her easily. So as well, if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If you have a question that you'd like us to address, please add 3 thumbs up to the beginning of your message. Hopefully that will help us see it a little bit easier and we'll catch it when it comes up. As well, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off to do it. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. And it does wonders for the algorithm, as does sharing. So if you have the ability to do that, whether it's on your community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, I'll appreciate that greatly too. Thank you.
Nurse Leslie says she loves the vibe in the chat. And that's
Very
something
good.
that you as a host need to bring and provide. So on my channel, it's a lot of energy. I'm always yelling and screaming and woo. Kevin, tell them about the first time you met me.
This is a story we tell often. It's true. So I've been on YouTube for about 4.5 years now. I have to look back and see how long it's actually been. But I was introduced to Verne's Junk Closet actually by the Hoops Family Network about 2 years ago, a little bit longer than that. And immediately after I was introduced to Verne, I saw the generosity in her welcoming spirit, the way she handles her chat and her channel and her live streams and things like that. So I was drawn to her right away, and we've become dear friends since then. But in the beginning, I would be visiting Verne. She used to go live every Saturday night, and I'd be in there, and I'd have my computer, and Kristen and Kira would be in the apartment doing whatever they were doing, and I'd be like listening, and they just hear Verne, and they're like, "Woo, woo, woo! It's your YT cheerleader! Woo, woo, woo! And let's get it! Let's go!" And
let's get it!
You had to know that they were wondering, what on earth are you watching? This is how you're spending your Saturday night, right? And it was so funny. But I had so much fun with Verne's Junk Closet, and a lot of the creators that I met with her back in that day are still with me today, right? Brown Girl Bella, House of X Entertainment Inc. are just examples of creators that are still with me after all this time. And so, like I keep telling everybody, the Tuber Chat was inspired by the generosity that I saw in so many of these creators surrounding Verne's Junk Closet in the beginning. so long ago.
Kristen said her favorite introduction.
Yeah. Because Vern's a lot more fun than I am, right? So on her, she's got her pom poms out. She's like singing and dancing and having a good time and everything like that. I tend to be more serious. I rely more on people coming through the chat to bring the fun. And now that we've been here for a while, thank goodness that we have so many creators that do that for us. They engage conversation. One of the other things you can note about moderators is that they engage conversation and welcome your people while you're conducting your live stream so that you don't have to skip a beat. I've gotten a lot better with reading the chat over the last year or so, but I'm still not great at it. And thank goodness for some of these creators, like for instance, Scratch and PPA. I can't tell you how many mistakes I make that he catches. But one of the biggest things is welcoming people, making everybody feel welcome. This is one of the things that brings people back. You know, I can give you lots of opinions and tell you all the different information I think about YouTube or I've learned about YouTube, but I think that it's the family. This is why I constantly talk about Tuber Chat as a family as well as a community, right? Because it eventually feels that way. So we had a few things that we wanted to talk about today because it's been a busy 6 months. Now we've got this update where all the creators over 500 will have a community tab, which is such a godsend. And people ask often, how can the community tab be used? So what do you find is the best success for engagement with the community tab, Vern?
So there's a couple of things of how you can use your community tab. So first, of course, sharing out other content creators that go live that may not have the community tab. Now, I'm speaking of prior to 2021. Okay. So before, you used to have 1,000 subscribers before you could get the community tab. This has just recently changed about 2 months or so. Now you can have 500 subscribers and you get the community tab. So that's one good thing that is, I think, is great. I am very happy for that. So another way of sharing out on the community tab is just telling people, hey, I like this channel. Go check them out. You'll have fun over there, or tell them a little bit about what that channel does. Another thing that you can do on the community tab, you can add a video from someone else's channel. You can add a link. You can add a picture. And my favorite thing to do is to add a poll. So what a poll is you ask a question. Hey, what do you want to see next from me as a content creator? You tell me, or either you can give them examples. You can say, do you want more lives? Do you want more premieres? Do you want more clothing hauls? And then they'll take a poll and they'll give you the number, and you go back and you be like, okay, this is what my subscribers want. Let me give them what they want. Because it's not always about you. You have to give what your subscribers want also. And then another poll is you can take and ask them, what's a good time for me to go live for you? Do you like me going live at noon, at 2, at 3, or whatever that is? So engagement is key on YouTube, okay? That is so important, consistency and engagement. And so those are some ways that you can use the community tab for, again, sharing out, letting people know this is a channel you like, making the polls, and a variety of other things. But those are my favorites. So what do you like about the community tab?
I haven't dipped my toe into too much. I haven't done a lot of polls. I typically share a lot for other creators. So I try to share 5 to 8 times a day. Some of those I will take for Tuber Chat. If we're streaming that day, we'll do one for here. The last post of the night is for the music channel every night because we're still trying to get that growing. And then as well, if I put out a personal video, I might share that as well. But the bulk of what I share are other creators' videos. And, it's always dependent on, not wanting to play favorites, but you've got memberships to consider. You've got Superchatters to consider. You've got your moderators to consider, because it's very easy to overlook the idea that the moderators are there to help you, but hopefully they're having fun in the chat as well and growing their channels and things like that. So if you don't mind, I'll segue actually while I'm talking about that into another idea.
Before you go on, let me just say this with the sharing. If you don't know how to share, there is 2 ways to share. If you're sharing on your phone, it's going to drop down. It's going to pause whatever you're looking at, the video or the live. It's going to pause it on your phone. And when it pauses it, you can write a little caption, say, come on over, check this channel out. Or you can copy and paste the link. When you copy and paste the link, you can share to other social medias, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The only thing about Instagram is when you're sharing it to Instagram in your feed, it doesn't highlight the link. But if you're sharing it on your story, you can highlight the link. But if you're just sharing it like on Facebook or Twitter, you can drop the entire link and it will bring up that video. So that's one way. When you are sharing on your computer, it does not stop the live stream or the video. And then you could just, write a caption and say, come on over here, and then you share it out. So those are just some ways in case you don't know how to share. Because I think a lot of people, at one time, I didn't know how to do it. People would say, share it. And I'm like, well, how do I share? And then, people had to tell me. So that's why myself and Kevin and some other content creators, House of X, are here to help you as a content creator to learn how to be a content creator. Because I'll tell you, before, I say about 4 or 5 years ago, people would not tell you anything. People would not tell you how to get a background. People would not tell you how to get a banner. People would not tell you how to set up your about section. So that, for us, is being helpful to you, in my opinion. So what do you think about that, Kevin?
You're absolutely right. I'm going to ask for everybody's patience. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm fine. I just have allergies, but it's making me cough. I'll probably shut my camera off a few times and this and that. But yes, absolutely. And when sharing, it's the number one thing that I'm thanked for on YouTube. For all the things that we do and for the wonderful messages that people send, that's the one that's the most noticed. So that's a hint for everybody when you consider what you will do with your community tab when you get one. If you haven't got it yet, it's the number one thing that I'm thanked for with engagement. Chris's Clever Craft, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support, of course. I see Derek's Journey was talking about the idea of making not only more videos, maybe even more channels. And then Captain Spalding Records is talking about not knowing how to do most of this stuff, but hopefully we can help you. Now, Vern is able to get into more deep dives on her channel during every live stream, whereas on Tuberchat, I tend to do very quick scratching the surface type of stuff. I can show you how to upload a banner. I can show you how to put a featured channel on your front page, but I try to make it quick because Tuberchat is focused on putting channels on the screen. Hopefully, I intend on getting into making some videos where I'll do some more concise tutorials. So thank you, everybody, for coming in, by the way. Thank you for coming in for this special episode. If you haven't connected with Vern's Junk Closet yet, I hope that you will. Her link will be dropped occasionally in the chat. If you need it, just ask, and a moderator will drop it for you anytime. But as well, so I was just about to ask you as well with the chat. So I did touch on it for a second. I said one of the things that we hope for is that our moderators are able to enjoy the streams as well. We don't want to just be saying, like, can you drop this link? Can you drop that link? Can you look at this person, that person? You can take a lot of pressure off of the mods by using robots like Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements to say, like, okay, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. The mods don't have to do it all the time. That's one of the reasons I use them. How do you feel about the robots, Vern, and which ones do you use?
I think that they are awesome. You do need to research and learn how to use them because they're a computer. They will also time people out for maybe if they use 3 emojis or something like that. So you have to play with it and set it up to how you want your settings. So I use Stream Elements, and my Stream Elements bot name is Alejandro. So I named my bot, and he is sexy. He's a handsome man. So I like to have fun with it. And I put in, like, if I'm interviewing, I'll put in their link, or either I'll pin their link to the comments. Stream Elements, if you have other channels, like my second channel, it'll say, join me here. I have a business. I have 2 businesses, so it has those business links. It has my grandson's link, Lennox Lights, which is candles. So the Stream Elements and the Nightbots and all of the rest of them, I think they are super amazing. Now, if you have a large chat, and what I mean by large is if you have a constant stream of 20 people, I think you should consider getting a secondary moderator, which would be the Stream Elements or the Nightbot. There are others out there, but those are the two that I know myself and Superchat uses. So I think you should consider that. You don't have to. It's not a mandate. But I think if you're having a awesome chat, you should consider getting that.
Absolutely. I use four robots just because each one has a very good strength and a reason why I use it. But then if one goes down, then there's another one to pick up the slack, right? Because one of the things you have to think about as well is when you get into memberships on your channel, for most of us have monetization in our futures, right? That's one of the ideas here. When you have memberships available, if you're going to make promises to people about dropping links or things like that, you have to make sure you make good on that. The robots can help you, and having more than one ready to go can offset the trouble you'll have if one day one of them doesn't work. So thank you for the questions. There's a couple coming in now. Nurse Leslie asked, do you recommend doing one short every day?
No, I do not.
What do you think about frequency for shorts? Because you have more experience with it than I do.
So if you're going to be a shorts channel, then you should consider doing the shorts every day. But I'm not a shorts channel, either one of them. So for me, doing a short is when you're not able to drop a video or you're not able to go live, but you want to actually have content throughout the week. Or you can say, okay, I'm going to drop 2 shorts a week, or I'm going to drop 4 shorts a month, or whatever it is. But I personally don't think you need to drop a short every day. If you wanted to do something like that, I think you should consider TikTok, because I know TikToks are kind of like a short, but not for YouTube, because people want to see you and see your content, in my opinion. Now, again, you have to do what works for you and your channel, but I don't think dropping a short every day is beneficial.
Right. Okay. So thank you for that. Black's Tropical Homestead asked a similar question. So hopefully that covered actually both of them. Now, one thing to notice, while I say I have done some shorts, but one thing that's new, you might know more than I do about the Shorts Monetization Fund, because when I read it, it sounded to me like a lot of us don't actually have the chance to get that financing if we do have a video that flies. But one of the things that they specifically say is that if you have logos from third-party sites, and they're really talking about TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and these other ones, you will not have that video qualify for the Shorts Fund. So my recommendation, even though it's a little bit more work, is for anybody that's going to repurpose their content, which can be a great idea, is to make your short video and produce it, whether it's on your phone or computer if you have to, and then upload it individually to each site. Don't take your TikTok videos and put them on YouTube. YouTube will suppress your engagement there.
That's what do you think about that? That is true. And I love that now you can get a revenue from being having shorts a lot. So again, do your research, consider what kind of a short do I want to do that is going to get views and put me or make me eligible to obtain a revenue from that. So I know some people who have gotten $45, they've gotten $100, they've gotten $30. Look, money is money, and hey, if I can get an extra $100 from my second channel that's not monetized, why not? Because YouTube is getting ads from your channel if it's not monetized. So if they're making money, why can't we? Listen, it's all about getting the coins, honey. But I'm serious. It's all about, making that money. So if that's something you're considering, consider first what kind of short you want to do. Do you think this is going to? And again, you need to do about 7 or 8 shorts to see if it's going to work for your channel. Then you'll have an idea. So if you just do one, that's not going to help. You need to do a variety of them and see what works.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for that.
I'm
so happy to find out that you know a couple of people who brought in some money from the Shorts Fund, because I'm not even aiming for it myself, but I'm glad to have that to know now, so we can spread that information around as well.
Before we answer that question, also, when you are doing the shorts, they will send you an email, because it's every month. It's not automatic. It's an every month thing for you to get the revenue from the shorts. So keep an eye on your email, and you actually have to go in to your studio and you have to click a button and say, yes, I want payment from this. It's not easy. Believe me, it's a lot of steps, moving parts that you have to do in order to get the revenue out. Okay. Also, you have to have an AdSense. So it's like a lot of different things. So again, read up on it. If you are considering doing shorts and you want to get revenue from it, go into the community guidelines. It gives you all the information there, along with the YouTube Academy. I think is superb. I love that they have the Academy because basically they help you to understand YouTube. So if you are serious, you need to start doing your research and reading things. And so those are two great spots to go to help you learn more about YouTube.
Very good. Thank you for that. So Facing Reality actually said something else here. She said she's surprised that YouTube won't pay you for the shorts from TikTok, but will put ads on them. Yes, that's another thing that YouTube has done in the last year, is started to
it's all
put
about
ads
the money
on videos for creators that are not going to get a cut, whether it's in shorts or whether it's in regular videos.
Right.
But this is the world we live in, right? YouTube is a free platform. This is the price that we paid to be here, and for the opportunity to go from $0 a month to some dollars a month, right?
Exactly.
That's the idea. So Facing Reality is a creator that comes in Tuber Chat and always brings engagement into the chat. She's either asking questions or engaging conversation in other ways, for which I'm very grateful. So she's asking, and this would be more for you because she's in Tuber Chat often enough to ask me. So Vern, how often do you suggest posting a video?
Okay, and my serious answer is, if you are a serious content creator, at least 2 to 3 times every 7 days. So every week, if you are only dropping videos, if you're not going live, you need to be more on the end of 3. But if you're going live once a week, then you could be more on the end of 2. So definitely 2 to 3 videos. And you should consider not only just dropping the video, you should consider doing it as a premiere. This way you can give people notice of this video is coming out at 8 o'clock tonight. Come on over, leave some comments, get the engagement going through your chat. Or you can also do the little, what's the little short video that you do, the trailer. You can do a trailer on your premiere now, which I think is an amazing idea. You can also look in your analytics. This is important for every content creator. You need to know how to read your analytics because it will tell you when is a good time to drop your video. And what do I mean by that? It will notify you of when is a good time most of your subscribers are on. It'll say some, most, or all are on at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. And that gives you a good chance of getting more views because now you're dropping the video at the time your followers are on. And I believe that that does help. So learn how to read your analytics.
Absolutely. That's one thing that I haven't been doing it lately, but I do harp on a lot is I try to tell everybody, not everybody is a geek and a nerd like I am. I could stare at numbers and charts and graphs all day. I love that stuff. But I know that not everybody does. But you have to read your analytics. You just have to. What will happen over time, even for the things that don't immediately jump out at you, you will eventually start to notice patterns. It's not just about what we're doing wrong. Sometimes you're going to find what you're doing right so that you can duplicate that success, right? We don't all have the same answer for all of our channels. Every single channel is unique. Even if we try to copy each other, the creator behind the channel is still unique. Therefore, it's going to be different. So not everything is a universal right answer for everybody, but by reading your analytics, you're going to find some patterns that will be unique to your channel and hopefully give you a little bit of success. So
Fanatic Guide said, I usually set my video to private first and then schedule the premiere just to get things sorted out. Now, I'm going to respond to that. That is an excellent idea. And why do I say that? Sometimes if you post a video in public and you are not aware or are unsure that this video had music in the background, you can get a copyright strike or copyright claim. So when you are uploading videos, it is a great idea. And I do it also. I upload them in private, let them go through the yellow icons, because as it go through, YouTube will tell you, hey, this video is going to be claimed because you didn't add the music of this person into the video or whatever like that. So I think uploading in private is awesome. And then if it comes through clean, then you set your premiere and you can put it in public.
Absolutely, yes. I recommend this for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The longer your video sits in the YouTube system, the longer the whole search engine has to catalog your video. So please remember that YouTube is the world's #2 search engine. People
That's
come
right.
to YouTube both for entertainment and to have questions answered. So you can consider that when you're considering your titles, how you want to present your videos and things like that. But it is a search engine. So that's a big
Yes.
thought, and having your stuff percolate in the system, in the algorithm and everything else is great for your video. So I recommend premieres as well. So one of the things that I talk about with premieres all the time is that if you were to put out a 10-minute video, let's say, the idea then is if you put that 10-minute video out and you just publish it, would you get more views in the first 10 minutes if you premiered it than if you simply released it? And I think for most creators, especially over 500, I think that typically you end up with more views if you premiere. How do you?
And if you share it out before it premieres, tell people, hey, this is where the community tab comes in again. Hey, I'm going to be dropping a video at 8 o'clock. Make sure you go over there and watch it. Here's the link. Like, you have to promote yourself, on all of the sites and the community tab and social media in order for people. Oh, wow. Superchat has a video coming out at 3. Vernes has a video coming out at 6. Oh, I remembered that. You want to have a call to action, which is telling them, hey, come watch my video, thumbs it up, share it out, like it. Like, you have to tell people what to do. And I think that is awesome. I just saw a question from oh, you're welcome, Tamara. Understand the analytics is kind of difficult though. Yes, it is. We're gonna get into that in a moment. I saw a question from
Okay, I'll let you look for it. In the meantime, if anybody has asked a question that we've missed, just please be patient with us. And if you can mention it again with 3 thumbs up at the beginning of the message, that will help us notice it a little bit easier. And then
Yes.
I'll appreciate everybody's patience. While Vern's talking about the idea of reminding people to do things, if you're on a phone, even I have to be reminded to give the thumbs up or share from time to time. So I hope everybody today will give the thumbs up if you haven't already. Share out if you have the ability on any social networks. I'll appreciate that.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to swap playlists with each other today in the chat for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
It was Mrs. VSNC09 at 2:39. She says, I always upload as private so I can update title, description, and add playlists. Now, you can do that in private also, depending on how you're doing it. If you have Studio on your phone, you can go in there and do it, or you can go to your analytics. Now, that is awesome. Please do your research. Listen, when you're doing a video, you need to think every video has a chance to go viral. And this is what you want as a content creator. Okay. So, yes, be aware of your title. Are you titling it to where someone can find it in the SEO, which is called the search engine optimizer, which is the search bar, right? Also, are you doing a bomb thumbnail? Is your thumbnail like awesome? Like, people are going to look at this video. Are you like crazy eyes and hands and, movements and words? Must watch. See this now. You have to tell people, come to my video. And then with your description, your description should match your title and your thumbnail, not the exact wording. So you're not going to say episode 3 on a thumbnail, 300. You're not going to say episode 300 in the title. You're not going to say episode 300 in the description. You're going to change it around a bit. It's still going to have to match, but not the exact wording. You want it to be a little bit off and a little bit different. And this is where your hashtags come in. Hashtags are important. It gets your video out. You can do, I think, up to 500 hashtags. You don't need that. I'm going to tell you now, you don't need that. I would say no more than 10 or 20-ish. Okay,
So
but
forgive
I'd
me
say
for
10.
cutting in because I just
Mhm.
want to make sure that we're clear. So what Vern's talking about is tags. You have up to 500 characters. So she's talking about tags. Hashtags are a different thing, but we'll get into those right after you finish talking about tags.
Yeah. So the hashtag is the number sign. So when you're doing that, the first 3 hashtags that you put in your description goes up under your video in a blue lettering, and that pushes your
Vern
video
might be
out
cutting out
into
on
the
us a
search
little
engine.
bit there. She's freezing for me.
I'm
Sorry, you
freezing.
froze on us just for a second there, Vern.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. If you don't mind, just mention again. So 3 hashtags, the first 3.
So the first 3 hashtags, they'll be highlighted in blue under your video, and that pushes you out into the search engine optimizer. So your hashtags, the pound sign, and what your video is about. Okay. So if your video is about apples and oranges and fruit, you're going to put that. You're not going to put cars because that's clickbait. Okay. It's super important not to use clickbait.
Yes, YouTube actually just said they don't want keyword stuffing. So one of the things you have to notice about hashtags in particular, they can go in your title or your description anywhere you want. The first 3 show up under the video, like Vern said, they're clickable, but you can use up to 15. But if you use more than that, YouTube tells us that they will
Yes.
likely ignore all of them because they don't want keyword stuffing. So you have to be
Right.
considerate. Put enough in that people can find your video. You're free to max it out,
Mm-hmm.
but don't go overboard, right?
Yeah.
Is kind of the idea. So we have another question here. When I do a long YouTube video, how can I put music in the video? This is going to depend on your program that you're using, whether it's an app on your phone or if you're using something on the computer to produce your video. In most programs, you will see your videos running along in strips. And you can put one video on top of the other. You can put your effects on top of the other. Most of you, hopefully, this will make sense for, and forgive me because we can't show this right now. When you
Mm-hmm.
have your video on your timeline in your video editor, you should be able to simply grab an MP3 or a WAV file or another audio file and drag it right underneath or over top of the video. And that should be enough to do it. You might have to look up your individual program or app to see how it's done. There'll be a lot of YouTube videos. Lots of people will have done
Mm-hmm.
tutorials, but I will try to keep that in mind as something to do shortly. Because we do have another music channel. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, the same music that we use on Superchat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a virtual 24-hour live stream running over there as well, and there'll be a link for that every 30 minutes or so in the chat.
I do want to mention to Timmy Ray the King, please, 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 please be careful with music. I don't know if you're over 1,000 or not, but in order to be monetized, and this is new, if you get a claim or a strike, you're going to have to wait a full year to get monetized. It tells you in your analytics in the monetization section. So please be careful. Now, if you do want to use music, YouTube does have a music library that you can use their music. It is awesome. You do have to give some of the artist credit depending on what you're using, but you can pick and say, no, I want the music without the attribution or music attribution free. But please be careful with music. Anyone that is using music, if you don't have to use music, don't. But if you think, oh yeah, I want to use music, use the music in the library or the copyright free, because you don't want to get that and wait a whole year and you're already at your monetization requirements.
This is another reason why we would suggest always making videos and then putting them up as private. It takes a day or two for YouTube to be able to accurately figure out, and it does make a lot of mistakes. but to
Oh, yeah.
accurately figure out if you've got copyrighted material. But the YouTube audio library is the safest place, and you can get that in your YouTube studio. Buying space, thank you for coming in. Forgive me for everybody I'm not welcoming individually because, we have our conversation, but I do appreciate every moment everybody's spending, even for the creators like Modest Moon Gazer coming by just to give us a quick hello while they're busy. I appreciate that. Buying space, good to see you here. Charlene Heel always.
Hey,
Izzy's Life
Charlene.
Blog is a longtime friend of Tuber Chat. Hilda DC's on our mod squad.
Hi, Hilda.
Mortgage with Me is still here. And Radical Productions actually has thousands of subscribers. I forget whether it's 6 or
Yes,
7,000.
hi, Radical. He's always, I have to say this, Radical Productions is always in my comments. I thank you so much because that is awesome. That's amazing support. Thank you so much.
Actually, I'm not going to tell every detail about the story, but Radical Productions caught me doing something once where, let's say you have too many videos to watch. We both follow thousands of creators now. It's impossible to watch that many videos. Often what I'll do is come by quickly, make a playlist, fire out a bunch of comments at once, and then run the playlist afterwards. So at least they get the engagement. But by not paying attention enough, I actually put a comment on a video that was extremely controversial. But my comment, of course, says keep up the good work, right? So thank goodness for a lot of creators out there. Radical Productions was able to message me and say, hey, bud, you might want to look at your comment there because it's not really appropriate. And I went back and looked, and thank goodness for the creators that have your back while they're out there. Again, this is why I talk about our communities. I know Vern feels very much the same way about her community surrounding her channel as I do here. We use the word community often, but it really does start to feel like family when you see a lot of the favors that are being done, the creators that are having your back, and you truly get a sense of the people who want to help you and will catch some of the mistakes that you make as well, because we're all, it's possible for any of us, right?
So all you said was keep up the good work, or did you use the thumbs up? What?
Oh, something like that. Yeah, it's just that it was a very controversial video. So it's politically it's a politically charged video. So I just went and removed the comment, right? But it's because I was firing out so fast without actually, paying attention to every single video. You have to remember that, like, it's 99% of the videos that you find in our communities are always going to be positive or informative or entertaining, but you do have a few that will be politically charged or very opinionated and stuff like that. So you just want to take an extra minute or a few seconds to read that title, unlike the mistake that I made, and then just make sure you know exactly what you're doing. If you were to ask any creator, would you rather I leave a comment that says, hey, keep up the good work, even if I can't really watch your video, but I'm going to run it? Or would you not like it at all? I'm sure everybody's going to say, yeah, I'd rather have it. Yes, watch hours in a comment, please, and watch my video next time then, right?
Yeah. But before you get to Mrs. V, so Fanatic Guide, yes, to be sure and to be accurate, I am going to refer you to the community guidelines on music and copyright strike and copyright claim. And also in your analytics, not your analytics, in your studio, also in your what is it, not the customization, the monetization part, you have 4 sections now. Before you used to have 2. It used to tell you your watch hours, and it would tell you your subscribers. Now it tells you your watch hours, your subscribers, if you have a community guideline strike, and something else. I can't remember what the other thing was, but it tells you 4 things now. So it's very important that you are in there reading this information. I think it's what they'll tell you when you're up for monetization. I think that's what the other one is.
Yeah, it's there's a big difference between copyright claims and copyright strikes, but I can tell you that I manage a channel for somebody else that has a community guideline strike, and it stays forever. It does not disappear. The whole, does it disappear after 9 months, 180? No, they say that the first one is going to be a warning that never, ever, ever goes away.
Yep, that warning is telling you, So be very, very careful with that. Miss V said, I have also recorded my video content while copyright-free music is playing in the background. So with music, this is the thing that I don't like about YouTube with music. if I'm driving down the street, if I'm walking in the mall or I'm in a store and they are playing music and I have my video running, I will still get a copyright claim, especially if it's an artist that's well known. And it's like, that's not fair because I'm not playing it, but it's robots, and the robots pick up sound and music. And believe me, I think those things are on automatic because they're ready to copyright you in a minute.
Yeah, it's possible for them to make mistakes though, and we've seen
Right.
that too. So if you do get a copyright claim and you're sure that it's incorrect, you want to really read. You want to really make sure you're reading, going back to watch the portion of their video. They present it to you. They show you where the problem is so that you can appeal and
Yeah,
get
you can
that fixed
appeal
if you
and
need to.
ask for a review. Yes, super important. And once you are monetized, you have direct access to YouTube, the people, the customer service or whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it, in your studio or through Twitter. Right now, you can contact them through Twitter if you're not monetized. But yeah, that's a good way to make sure you guys are staying up on your information on your channel.
Yeah, that's a big benefit. The YouTube Partner
Mm-hmm.
Program allows you to chat directly in many different languages, actually, with the
Yes.
support staff,
Yes, you
and
can
they've
choose it.
helped with almost everything that I've needed. They even did
Yeah.
some things that they said they couldn't do, which is a great thing as well.
Yep.
The Stock Explorer talks about a 10-second rule. Are you aware of that, Vern? I might ask you the Stock Explorer just to mention that in a little more detail because I'm not familiar with something called a 10-second rule. I wonder what that might
If
be.
it's what I think he's talking about, and I do tell people this, and let me know if I'm telling you right. So when you're making a video, right? Besides your intro, now it's the video playing. For me, you do not want to say, go to my channel and subscribe and thumbs up and share me out. They didn't even watch the video. Like, give them some time to get into the video, to watch it, to see if they like it. I say wait, about your second, whatever your however many segments you have. I say wait until your second segment and say, oh, you're still here? Well, if you're still here, please thumbs me up and share me out and like. If that's what you're talking about, let me know. Because I
I
think
wonder
that's
if
what
that's
you may
it,
be saying.
or I wonder if it's possible the Stock Explorer might be talking about you can use any content for 10 seconds. I wouldn't bet on that at all. There used to be
Yeah,
something in the
me either.
music. There used to
No.
be a rule in the music industry that would say you could take about 4 or 8 seconds of anybody's content and make your own as long as you change it a little bit. But I wouldn't bet on any of that stuff. I would rather
Me either.
recommend everybody to be extremely cautious when it comes to that stuff.
Well, I want to say what happened to me on Instagram. So in Instagram, you can play music, and they let you play everybody music, all kind of artists, everything. So I did a video, and the video was about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So normally it's 30 seconds, right? For a reel or something like that, or story.
Mhm.
But I wanted to do something a little bit longer. I was doing my promoting my t-shirts. So here I get an email literally as soon as I hit play, it came back from Instagram. This video was removed for copyright because you don't have permission to use this artist's music. If you have permission, please let us know. So I emailed them back and I said, I do have permission because I used the music from you. You're the one that approved it. So why are you telling me I can't use it? And then they said, oh, this video has been reposted or it's back up. And I'm like, really? Really?
Again,
So I wouldn't go with that 10-second rule because I've heard that too.
Yeah, there's a lot of robots behind all of these social services, so they can make mistakes. But now I see Mrs. VSNC09 is talking about it as well, and the Stock Explorer says for music specifically. So while that may be a thing that is allowed, I would never recommend it to anybody because the idea is, first of all, if you want to make money off that particular video, it's okay. I have lots of copyright claims. I probably have more than most of the people in the Tuber Chat community because music was a part of my life. I have a lot of old music that I worked on a long time ago. They're copyright claimed. I will not get money for those videos, but it's okay. I put them up anyway, knowing that. But YouTube specifically tells us as well, if you have too many copyright claims, they may not monetize your channel. So I'd be very cautious about it.
because you can get all the way in review and they'll let you get there and they will deny you. Now, Miss VSN said another awesome comment at 257. Be sure that people use the fair use disclaimer, of course, depending on the content. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been on YouTube since 2015. I would not do it, because even though you say that, you can still get a claim, or the person's content that you're using can still come back and say no. And then when they do that, there is a process. You have to tell them, yes, Superchat can use my video. No, Superchat can't use my video, because YouTube will let you know if someone is using your content if you have that check mark button off. Okay. So even though you're saying, oh, this is for fair use, this is for entertainment, this is for educational, I say it's your channel. You do what you want. However, I would say be cautious using that. Use it, but just be cautious.
Right. And Fanatic Guide says that they have a lot of copyright claims, but they were monetized anyway, which is cool. And so, again, like, I want to clarify, we did mention it at the beginning. Vern and I both don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, even if we get really close or slip and actually say that. The idea is to give you the best advice that we possibly can, both from what we already know from experience and what we learn every day from different creators of different sizes, so that you can make the best decision for your own channel. And then there's just some things that we just choose not to do, but it might be absolutely fine. And in Fanatic's Guide's case, like a lot of copyright claims, that's great that the channel got monetized. I just know that YouTube says if you do too many, like if somebody was just making videos of all copyright music, obviously you're not creating enough. I would guess that that's their stance on it. So they threaten the idea that they may not monetize those channels. So it's just a thought.
And I don't know how long that channel has been monetized, but per the new guidelines, if you're in your analytics, it literally says it there.
Oh, there you go.
If I can get to it before we get off, I will actually read what it says, because this is something from YouTube. So they may have been monetized a long time, but while you're doing that, I'm going to look it up and show you exactly, or tell you exactly what it says.
These things update as well. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, by the way, for episode number 300. It's quite a milestone, and I appreciate every moment that everybody can spend here in Tuber Chat. I know we have a lot of creators just coming by to say hello or give a thumbs up, and I appreciate those as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I'll appreciate it greatly. And then as well, if you have the ability to share today's stream, I hope that you will, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network. If you haven't already connected with Vern's Junk Closet, you can search for her very easily. She'll come up quickly. She's got over 4,500 subscribers. Her link will be dropped occasionally in the chat. If you need it, you can just ask and one of our moderators will get it for you. As well, she has a second channel called the VMAX Show, where we get a behind-the-scenes look at Vern's Junk Closet. So maybe
hi, Kim. How are you? Oh, she just said hi to me. Hello. So let me read to you what it says.
Yes.
First, it says it tells you how many subscribers you have and what's the required number to get monetized, which is 1,000. Then it tells you how many public watch hours you have and how many is required to get monetized, which is 4,000. On the bottom, it says to do this 2-step verification, which is a check. Everybody should be doing this 2-step verification. It is going on everywhere, especially now with the holidays. Make sure you're watching your bank accounts, any unauthorized purchases, that you are quickly responding to your bank. But this is why you should have a 2-step verification, even for your YouTube channel. Now, the next one goes, and this is the new one. It says 0 active community guidelines strike. Ineligible if you have active strikes, okay? Ineligible if you have active strikes. And then on the bottom says, send me an email when you're eligible to apply. Right. So I don't know, again, how long that channel has been monetized, but this is per YouTube, not per me, not per Tuber Chat, okay? So I want you guys, like he said, to have the best information so you know.
Right. The Stock Explorer has a question that I'll get to in a second, but what advice do you have for outgoing Azzy about what's the best way to gain watch hours?
Okay. So again, you have to have a video in order to get watch hours. So you have to keep uploading content, going live, doing premieres. Those are the best ways to get watch hours. Now, you can get watch hours only from a video being posted or a live stream. So that is different from gaining subscribers, okay, or views. So the watch hours is the time that someone has actually watched the video. So if your video is 10 minutes and they only watch the first 4 minutes, you're still going to get watch hours from that. You just won't get the full watch hours that you would get if they watched the entire video. This is why it's good to read your analytics, because it tells you, okay, this is a 10-minute video. At the 7-minute mark, people start to drop off. What are you doing at that mark that is making people not want to watch that video or stay through the whole thing? Again, when are you uploading? Are you doing premieres? Are you promoting your video on its own through the community tab, sharing it out on other social media sites? So if you are a content creator, you have to take this into your own hands and do the work to make your channel get better. So for me, the best way to gain watch hours is to upload and premiere videos and go live.
Absolutely. So thank you for that. The Stock Explorer is just asking, for those of you who haven't heard it, the music that we use on Superchat is also available on a second channel. All of that music is 100% owned by me, including the pieces, the sounds, the rights, and everything else. It's all been published legitimately on all major platforms. It's on Deezer, Spotify, YouTube, Google, Apple, everywhere. So you can absolutely use that. And what would be a recommendation, if you're going to go live and you just need music in the background, you can just run the Thrive Together live stream in the background if you'd like to. So that's an idea. Every individual song on that channel has a download link for an MP3 file so that you can use that. Higher quality versions are available on all the major platforms. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Vern and I are going to take a break just for about 3 minutes right now, and then we will come back. If you have questions for either of us that you'd like us to address, or comments, things you want us to talk about, please give 3 thumbs up at the beginning of your message. That'll help us see it a little bit easier, and we've got a few more things to talk about already. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 300. I'm joined today by Vern Closet. She is my YT BFF. She is your YT cheerleader. She has a wealth of knowledge with over 4,500 subscribers on her main channel. She's broken off into a second one already, and she is more than encouraging and motivating and very much wanting to help everybody grow their channel and prosper on YouTube. So hopefully you'll connect with her if you haven't already. Her link will be
Please
dropped
do.
occasionally. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for dropping those links. There's her second channel, the VMAX Show, right there. If you need a link, just ask our moderators. They'll drop it. If you have a question for us or something you'd like us to discuss, just mention your comment or question with 3 thumbs up at the beginning of the message. We'll get to it as quickly as we can. So I wanted to ask you about something we haven't talked about on Tuber Chat when we've done episode or 100 or 200 before, and I hope everybody will go back and watch those. They're not too out of date. It's just 6 months ago and a year ago right now. We cover a lot of fundamentals, and we can see how YouTube and Tuber Chat have grown.
Yes.
What about Lennox Lights? We talked about it just for a very quick second at the beginning of the stream. Do you want to tell everybody what your connection with Lennox Lights is?
I'm going to try to do this without crying.
Yeah, I don't mean to get you choked up. I just want to bring it to
That's
everybody's
okay.
attention quickly.
Thank you, everyone. I do appreciate it. So Lennox Lights is my grandson, and he has a thing called Dravet syndrome as part of a seizure disorder. And we are trying to obtain him a service dog for his seizures because they are really severe. So my son and the mom decided to make a candle company to help with the revenue of getting for the service dog, and it's called Lennox Lights. The candles are amazing. If I can get up for a minute, in a few minutes I'll come back and show you guys one. They smell awesome. They're soy based, and all of the proceeds go toward getting Lennox, my grandson Lennox, the service dog. You can find them on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you use my code in any of my videos, Vernes15, you will get 15% off of your purchase. And again, all of the proceeds go straight directly to the fundraising for the service animal. And so if you guys need soy-based candles, holidays are coming, go get them. They are amazing. And I thank everybody that really does support and show love, because this is a serious disease that he has, and we're hoping he grow out of it, but we won't know until later on in life. But thank you, everybody. And again, it's called Lennox Lights Candles.
Thank you for mentioning. I just wanted to touch on it because I'm sure a lot of people here in the Tuber Chat community may have heard of it or seen the channel flying throughout supporting others. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention.
Thank you.
So as well, there's a few new things that are apparently going to be coming up. Now, these are not verified, but we have exciting stuff to look forward to. Gifted memberships, which is something that they have on Twitch, is possibly coming in 2022, and the new mod tools as well, which might give our moderators a little bit more freedom or control to look after some of the things that we have to do when we're
have you noticed
other channels.
Anything now when you make someone a moderator that has never been a moderator, they ask the person, like, do you know what a moderator is? Do you know what a moderator does? Yeah, it's a button. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm very lucky that I have a handful of moderators. I take it very seriously. I really don't have a lot, and I promise you there's an hour-long speech behind each creator, my friendship with them, and why they are a moderator on Tuber Chat. The other thing too is on Tuber Chat, I don't want to have too many. One of the reasons is because I don't want everybody to be stuck worrying about moderating and dropping links and stuff like that. I'm grateful for the help that we do have, of course, right? But I want everybody, including the moderators, to be able to enjoy the streams, grow their channels, meet more creators, and basically have fun, right? I want it to feel more fun than like an obligation of any kind. Right. So one of the other updates that a lot of people like me are looking forward to is Super Thanks. Can you explain to us, because Vern has this, now, what I'm finding is if I make a playlist of about 25 videos of random creators in Tuber Chat, 2 or 3 of them will have the Super Thanks already. It's coming for everybody eventually, apparently, but can you explain to us how exactly it works and how you're able to find Super Thanks in your YouTube studio?
Okay, so Super Thanks is in addition to the super chat, the super sticker, and your membership. So your membership, super stickers, and super chats are all combined in one portion of your analytics in the monetization section. Super thanks is something new that they have rolled out, and I am one of the participants of it, recipients of it, and I'm so excited. So what happens is, say Kevin gave me a super thanks on a video or a live that has already posted. Okay, it doesn't go while you're live, it goes after it's posted. From there, you can have a creator or someone else go in and it'll say super thanks. I think you have to go to the right of underneath the bar where it says thumbs up and all that. It's on the other side of that. And it'll look like a dollar sign, almost like a S with a heart, something like that. When you click it, it gives you variations of things that you can, revenue that you can give to the content creator. So I believe it's $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, something like that. But when you click it, it'll show it. So say Kevin gave me $2. I wouldn't know it unless I'm reading my comment section. And that's one thing I don't like about it, because sometimes I don't read my comments every day. Okay, I have a life too. So sometimes I'll go back and I'll say, okay, today is just the day I'm reading my comments. And I'll see, thank you again, Kevin, which he did give me one and I did not know. And I went back and I left you a message. I said, oh my goodness, I didn't see this. Thank you so much. So you have to find that in your comment section. That's the only thing I don't like. I wish it was over with that so you can see it. So that's the only thing about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's weird. And then, so I'm going to ask you to clarify something for me. I have given many super thanks to creators when I found them, but my understanding is we can't. I've only given $2 ones, to be honest with you, so far, but we can't customize that message, right? It just comes up with the word thanks. Am I right?
So yes, on your end, and then what you should see is two hands in yellow clapping, because it used to be called clap. What was it? Used to be called something else.
Applause.
Applause. It used to be called applause. Now it's called super thanks. So when Kevin gives me a super thanks, it's gonna come up for him, and you're gonna see two hands clapping, and then it's gonna go down. Then it's gonna turn green in my section where the comments are, and then that's where I will see it. That's the only thing I don't like about it, because if you don't read your comments every day, you won't even notice that somebody gave it to you. And that's kind of like being rude. Like, oh, I gave her $2. She didn't even say thank you. Like, because we didn't see it.
Yeah,
We
wow.
didn't see it. We literally didn't see it. So,
Right. So
but
I
I
know a
try
lot
to
of
read my
people.
comments as much as I can.
A lot of people will be looking forward to that
Mm-hmm.
because it's another stream of revenue. And
Yes.
like Verne's saying, it just works just like super chats, but it
Mm-hmm.
happens on videos that are published, live streams that have published, and premieres that have published, which is great. So I'm glad that you've got it. I'm glad that we have that to look forward to.
Also, if you do have it, okay, again, it's a stream of income for you. You need to be saying this in your videos. Hey, if you found this video of if it brought you happiness, if it brought you joy, or whatever you want to say, if you found value in this video, please, after this video has posted, please hit the super thanks right down below. You know, you, again, it's a call to action that you have to tell people what to do. Also, if you're monetized, at the end of your videos, you need to say, hey, I am a monetized channel. Thank you for watching. Please become a member and you'll get all these great things. Or please make sure, just like you're telling them the thumbs up, you're going to tell them to please, you know, if you like it, give me a super chat. Give me a super thanks. You need to say this so they'll know.
Yeah. Yeah, good advice. Thank you. So as well,
Advertise yourself. Yes.
one of the things one of the things that's come up recently for a couple of creators, on the analytics on your audience tab, you have a chart that YouTube will give you to tell you the best time to post. So
Yes.
what's happened for a lot of creators is they actually got that feature and then it disappeared. Now, eventually, it seems to come back for everybody, but it can take a little bit of time. So it's a source of frustration. In the meantime, for anybody that is wondering what's the best time to post, what do you have as a suggestion for everybody?
Ooh, again, this is your YouTube channel. You are a content creator. You need to take this serious because this is going to be income for you if you're trying to get monetized. also, if you are trying to get monetized, what are you going to do when you're monetized? Because this is one thing, and I'm going to say it. There's a lot of people that get monetized and they leave. Why are you leaving after you put in all this work? What is your goal for your channel? What do you want? YouTube, like he said, is the second leading largest search engine. Free advertising if you have a business. I advertise my t-shirts, as you guys see. I have on my Booski. I have it linked to my banner. So when you go there, you can go get my t-shirts. This is free advertising. What else do you want your channel? Are you trying to become a business? Are you trying to become a brand? So you need to make sure that you are putting all of this work that you need to into your YouTube channel. It is super, super important.
Right. So forgive me, I have to step away just for a very quick second.
Okay.
I'm going to turn my camera off and leave it to you.
Okay.
But what about...
I'll look at the chat. I can see it.
What suggestion do you have then for the best time for each individual creator to post based on their channel? And then if anybody has other questions for us, just please mention 3 thumbs up at the beginning of your message so we can see it a little bit easier, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. The best time to post is, again, reading your analytics, and it is going to tell you when is the best time to post for your channel. So for you, it may be 9 a.m. It may be 1 p.m. It may be 6 p.m. You need to go in there, read the analytics, get to know how your channel works. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. So you have to learn how to read. If you are dropping a video and it's only getting 5 views in the first hour, why? Where are they dropping off at? You need to say, what am I doing when they're dropping off? Maybe I need to add something in that space. Maybe I need to take a breath. Maybe I need to put a little short clip of something in there, like thumbs up, the man that does that. Or maybe the subscribe button. You have to learn how to play with your channel. Take chances. Take a risk. Don't always be the same. Change it up a little. People like variety. People like variety. I'm looking at the chat, and Khalid said, you're absolutely right. Holistic is clapping. Nurse Leslie says, nice, Michael Adventures. Hey, Uniquely Lavish, how are you? Radical said, solid advice. Trying to create a brand nonprofit. Appreciate your passion and advice. Yes, you have to. Hey, Classy Cookery said, cool. Leo says, great advice. If you have the question, don't forget to put the 3 thumbs. I'm looking here at the chat. Vernes, you're doing a great job. Thank you, Khalid. Delicious food. Thank you. And remember, guys, if you are connecting to me on Vernes Junk Closet or my second channel, VMAX Show, make sure you leave me a comment on a short video, not on a live, and I will respond back to you in the comments, okay? Absolutely right. How are you? I am amazing. So much to learn. Hope Bus, it is. Listen, you can't come on YouTube and think you're only going to be here for a month and you're going to know everything. No, it's a learning curve for everyone. We're still learning. But because we are, I don't want to say experts at it, but because we're very knowledgeable at it and I do my research, this is why we do this for other content creators, is to show you love and to help you gain better knowledge of becoming a content creator for yourself. Later on down the road, 6 months to a year, you might be doing this on your channel. I don't know. Awesome advice. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
Remember the thumbs up.
I'll have to ask everybody's patience today. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm much better than I was yesterday, but I'm sniffling and coughing and everything else. So I just might have to take off for a moment or 2 here and there. If anybody
always learning and growing. Yes.
If anybody hasn't met Vernes Junk Closet yet, then hopefully you will connect with her. She has 2 channels. On both of those, she's getting close to 5,000 subscribers, as a matter of fact. And she's a wealth of knowledge. She's inspirational to me and to the creation of Superchat, actually. And as well, if anybody has questions or comments that they would like us to talk about, just please mention it. Again, if we've missed it, with 3 thumbs up, that will help us see it a little bit easier. in the chat. And if anybody's willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually. And then
yeah, I'm gonna step away for 1 second and grab
yeah,
my book. Hold on.
everybody is thank you for the well wishes. I'm doing most of the stuff that I need to do. White pine needle tea might be a good idea. Hope West, thank you for that. I'm doing all the stuff you need. I got my lemon juice here for my tea, and I've got cough candies going on and everything. It's just allergies. I'll be fine in another day or two. As well. So if I didn't already say it, if anybody would like to swap playlists, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. Thank you everybody for visiting us for such a very special edition of Tuber Chat. We do this every 100th episode. So if you didn't get a chance to see episode 100 or 200, Vern joined me for both of those. She is my YT BFF. She is your YT cheerleader. I hope that you will visit her and gain some more knowledge from her. You will meet lots of new friends and family members from her in the same way that we do here on Tuber Chat as well. So while we're looking for
Khaled had a question.
Sorry? Did
Khaled.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, Khalid Delicious Food says, watch minimum of 3 minutes. Yes, absolutely. And then, so skipping ads is something, I'll just throw an opinion at you here, right? The idea is eventually you're going to be monetized. And I promise that not necessarily everybody just believes in karma, what goes around comes around, but it can be true. I like to believe that anything's possible. So if you're going to skip ads, just remember that one of these days you might be the one having the ads that are skipped. Now on Tuber Chat, I'm very fortunate because I have enough generous members, super chatters, and things like this. So I've taken the ads off of the live streams. I put them back on the replays, but during Tuber Chat live streams, there's no ads that anybody will have to wait for because I'd rather you be in here growing your channel. If you were to ever wonder to yourself, what do we get out of it then? So here's the idea. If I ask anybody in the chat here today, you know who your top 10 followers are. They're with you all the time. They leave comments. It's different for every person's channel. Then if I say, where did you meet them? My bet is that at least a few of them will have been from Tuber Chat. That's what I get out of it. Tuber Chat continues to grow as the word of mouth continues to grow. Same for Vern's Junk Closet. We truly want to help others, knowing we'll get everything we want out of YouTube and out of what we're doing by helping other people achieve what they want. We see it all the time. Lots of creators are getting monetized, and that's in a lot of people's futures. And on a lot of people's radars. So did you have anything specific that you wanted to address that we haven't talked about yet?
Yes, just like 3 or 4 things. One is, and I mentioned it, 500 subscribers now. You do have access to the community tab. If you have not received it, give it a few days, because it took me a few days to get it, which I was like, wait a minute. But then I thought, previously when you got the 1,000, you did have to wait up to 7 days. I say 3 to 7 days to get it. So I assume that's what they were doing before. So now if you have 500 subscribers, you are now eligible to have the community tab. If you don't have it, it's coming. So that is a great way to share yourself, promote your channel, and to promote other channels and do engagement. And also you're able to do polls on there. So I think that's awesome. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
We talked about call to action, saying thank you, tell your followers to join you. The next thing is more of your video. When you are doing your video, after it has posted, or if you can do it before, I haven't been able to find it to do it before. I've always had to do it after.
Okay.
Is to pin a comment.
Yes.
What that is you're going to pin a comment and just say, thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for watching, or I'm having a giveaway. Make sure you are, subscribing, or whatever you want to say. Here's another video. Do you want to binge watch? Pinning a comment lets your subscribers know you care. You are really there for them. You are thinking of them. it is another way to gain subscribers. I think it's awesome because they're going to see that and be like, oh, she has another video. Let me click that to see what else. And then they start to watch more and watch more and watch more. The whole point is to keep a subscriber on your channel for as long as possible, even if that's watching 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. Okay. So pinning comments, I think, is amazing. Have you ever pinned comments?
That's a great point. I don't do enough of it, to be honest with you. One of the things that you can know about YouTube is like everybody's going to have their strengths and weaknesses. If you can be self-aware and find some of the things where you're lacking and strive to make improvements, I will make a point now for myself after we've talked about this a couple of different times actually to say, yes, I need to start pinning comments. I fall behind with my comments as well, just like most people do. But when you're on them, the biggest thing is the fact that people get that notification to say, Vern pinned your comment. People just love it. The other thing too is anything that you're putting out onto YouTube as a social network, all of the content, including comments, and chat messages, other people are watching what you're doing and what you're saying. So if you pin comments for other creators, the thought then would be that other creators will see that and say, oh, maybe if I leave a good comment, they'll pin my comment next time. And your comments may improve for that reason.
Yep. Yep, that is true. I'm just reading some of the comments here. Yeah, they love you, Kevin. They love me. Yes, that's awesome. That is awesome.
So Khalid Delicious Food has a question. If I understand right, they want to know where they can find the accurate number to say that they've hit their $100 threshold with AdSense. So therefore, will they, where will they be getting paid? Now, I've been asked this from a couple of different creators recently for different reasons. My suggestion is to go into the AdSense website as well separately because there's a little bit different information there. If you've made the threshold, then you should be able to get paid. If there's a problem, you'll be able to chat with YouTube's support. But that threshold carries over. So if you make, let's say, $75 one month, the next month you make 50, now you got a total of 125. You'll get all of that money the following month. Takes a little while. Do you have anything to add about that, or things that you've seen problems that creators have had with getting paid?
So not with problems of getting paid, and I'm not trying to be funny or boast, so please, no offense to anyone, but I've received a check ever since I've been monetized every month, like no problem.
Right.
When you are in your analytics at the top right, once you're monetized, okay, once you're monetized at the top right, you can go back from the beginning to see your watch hours. You can see how many watch hours you made for the month, how many watch hours you made for 6 months. It's the same for revenue. You can put in there and customize it. Say you want to see, this is October. So say you wanted to see August revenue, right? You're going to put in there August 1st to August 31st. It's going to give you the 28 days because you have to remember YouTube works on the previous 28 days to get paid. So if you want to see the revenue you made from October 1st to October 15th, you're going to put in that in the customize and it will tell you the amount. It breaks it all down for you. And again, you can go into the AdSense and see that too. But if you're on YouTube and you wanted to see it, go into your analytics. It does break it down. So that is a way to see how much you have made. And I look at mine almost every week just to see, okay, last week I made $500. This week it should go up to $800. If it only went up to $503, that means you only made $3 more. But you need to, now remember, they still going to take their portion of the cut that they need is 40 or 30 or 45, whatever the number is. Just look in your contract and it'll tell you your number. So for the sake of this, I'm just going to say 40%. If they take 40% and you made $500, just know they're going to take their 40% of that $500 and the difference is yours. Also remember, as a monetized channel, you have to pay taxes on any revenue you make in the year over $600. So you have to file that on your taxes, or you have to file it as an LLC, a brand, or whatever you have for your channel.
You're going to have to
So keep
start
that in
doing some
mind.
accounting. Yeah, it's going to be different for different creators in
Right.
different countries and areas and things like
Right.
that, but it's something to consider for sure. Another note that you might want to make about the idea of monetization and watching your revenue. This goes for everybody, monetized channels and those that will be monetized. The world goes in different cycles. People go in different cycles. With the year and a half we've all had, we
Mhm.
know that some people are stuck indoors more often than not. On YouTube, that means more eyeballs on our stuff. For one of Tuberchat's busiest days recently was the day that Facebook and Instagram were down. So I couldn't understand. We're just flying with way like more
Mhm.
people than usual, and wasn't until afterwards that I calmed down for a second and said, "Oh, it's because Facebook and Instagram were off." Some of the people went to Twitter, some of the people went to YouTube, some of the people went somewhere else. These things can happen all the time, plus our
Mhm.
lockdowns, plus our seasons, plus some people in different climates might be out all the time. Some people in colder climates might only be out some of the time. So you can watch your revenue and see patterns. You can talk to your other friends with monetized channels, like Vern and I talk often outside of
Mhm.
YouTube on Instagram or whatever, and say like, hey, I notice my revenue's up this month or down this month. How's yours? By talking to a couple of other creators and really building what a lot of people will call a mastermind group of true friends that you can trust
Mhm.
around you, you might get an idea as to the waves that will go on in the cycle surrounding the world we all live in, and then be able to say, oh, my revenue was down this month, but it was down for everybody this month. That's okay,
Right.
right? Revenue's up in October. Oh, well,
It'll go
that
down.
makes sense. We're leading into Christmas season. More people are shopping
Yes.
online. People are looking for their Halloween costumes and all the Halloween content that's out there right now. They're just considerations. But by reading your analytics and talking to a
That's
couple of
right.
really trustworthy friends, you'll be able to get an idea. And then you'll know if some of the things that you're disappointed about are because of
Mhm.
you or if they're just out there. And you might be able to find ways to improve from that as well. So I want to
Mhm.
make sure we're not missing
Hey,
too
Brown
much.
Girl
Thank you for your
Bella.
goodness.
Hey, Diana. Hi, everybody coming in. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Thumbs up and share out.
Brown Girl Bella is another creator that's been with me from the beginning. I believe I met
Mhm.
her through Vern's Junk Closet and is still coming back after 2 years, after 300 episodes, to continue to grow her channel. Brown Girl Bella is a very
Yes.
well respected and much loved creator. So thank you for all this, Vern. Was there any other topics that you wanted to cover that we haven't talked about?
Yes. Also, this is super important to use in your videos. Once you have made your video and you added your music, if that's what you choose, and you have your trailer and you have your the first portion of your video, you need to add in cards and in screens. This is a way to get more people to your channel. Now, I don't always use them, but I try to always remember. So an in card is the little thing that goes up at the top of your video, and it'll say, again, a call to action. So this video is a clothing haul. Here's another clothing haul you may want to be interested in. And you'll say, check out that video if you want to see more from me. Like, you need to, do that. The end screen is at the end of your video. It'll add one or two videos, a playlist, or to add the subscribe button or something like that, letting the viewers know, there's more videos to watch. Here's something you may be interested in. And it happens right at the end of your video.
Mhm.
You can make it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. I like to make it 3 to 4 minutes because I think it's too long to be for the whole ending. But when you're saying bye, thank you for subscribing at the end, that's where you need to add that. So end cards and end screens are awesome to add in your channel.
Absolutely. And then as well, have you been using many chapters in your videos?
No, I haven't used them at all.
So one of the reasons why I want to push this on everybody, and
Yep.
I've even got to clean up my own stuff. I'm always behind on my personal channel, but chapters can really help because it's not just, we don't want people to skip through our video and only watch a portion. We wish they would watch the whole thing. But the benefit to it is because YouTube and Google are so integrated together that when you have chapters in your videos that are accurate and people have used them a little bit, Google will start to show your videos in the Google search results as a clip. So if somebody wants to know, let's just imagine you got a new iPhone 13 recently. So you're doing an unboxing, a setup, a review, talking about accessories. There's at least 4 chapters that you can use in your video. If somebody wants to see the new iPhone unboxing, they might find your video through Google just because they want that specific piece, and Google gets the signals to know that you've got a great piece in your video. This might draw in more people. So chapters are something that I want to encourage everybody to experiment with. And I've done a few of those so far. So
tell us how to do it, because it just seems so complicated. That's why I haven't tried it.
So it really is very simple, actually. So what you do is in your description, anywhere at all, you can put a timestamp. The very first timestamp that you must put is 00:00, right? And then you can call that introduction or whatever you want to call it. The very next timestamp is the beginning of the second chapter, and you could call that whatever you want. In the case of an iPhone, it might be the unboxing, right? So you would put, let's say it was 30 seconds into the video, you would say 00:30 and a space, and then just say unboxing. Then you skip to the next line, and then you say about 3 minutes in is the setup. So then you would say 30:00. So
is this when you're doing the video?
This is in the description. That you mark this in the description afterwards.
I thought you had to put it in like where you do the video editor. That's where I thought you had to do it.
No, this is it's very easy. It's very easy to do these things. And I wish I had an example I could show everybody. You'll have to forgive me because it's not easy when we're not putting things on the screen to show you. Tomorrow or whenever anybody's in Tuber Chat again, if you want to talk about chapters, I'll do a quick tutorial to show everybody how that's done. But they are definitely something you want to read up on, understand, and I'd love to see people experimenting with them because personally, I want to know what kind of positive effect they're having on a lot of creators' channels. So that's just.
I actually don't like them when I'm on other people's channel and I see it. I'm like, I don't want to see this. I just want to see the video. But that's just me. I just like to watch the entire video. I know I'm just a weirdo, but I like to watch the whole video. To me, you know what it reminds me of? And this is just me. It reminds me of you telling me the story of the video movie. You're telling me the ending before I want to see it. That's what I think of. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. He kills her at 2 minutes into the movie. I don't want to know. That's what it reminds me of.
Understandable. So thank you everybody for hanging out for episode 300. We've got about 15 minutes left. We're going to go and watch a premiere from Kristen Welton. I'll drop the link for that shortly and everybody can go over there whenever they'd like. We'll go over and raid when we're done here at Tuber Chat. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off to do it. It only takes a second. I'll appreciate it greatly. And then as well, if you're willing to swap playlists with other creators here in the chat, just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually. And if you haven't already connected with Vernes Junk Closet, I hope that you will. She's my YT BFF. She's your YT cheerleader. She is a wealth of knowledge, motivating, inspirational, and I hope you'll connect with her on both of her channels. Her main channel will be dropped in the chat as a link occasionally. If you need it, you can ask any of the moderators, and Scratch and PPA has been dropping her second channel, the VMAX Show, where we get a behind the scenes look at the creator behind Vernes Junk Closet. A little bit more fun over there. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for continuing to drop those links. Thank you to all the moderators.
I just had 2 quick questions.
Yeah.
Team Goodman said he doesn't know how to make end cards and end screen. I just told him to reach out to me on Instagram or she. I'm not sure. I can't see the picture. And then Yoga with Mo.
Huh? Sorry, I missed what you said. Team Goodman is a couple of creators, actually.
Oh, it's a couple. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry because I wasn't sure if it's a man or woman. And Yoga with Mo, it's not channels to your video. It's chapters. It's chapters.
Right. And I can do these tutorials. Vern is willing to help everybody as well. If you'd like to,
Yes.
she's experimented with end cards and screens. I have as well. If you'd like, when we're on Tuber Chat, I can do those tutorials. I typically do things like that towards the ends of the live streams. And then we just make a note of the times that those are happening so you can go back and watch if you'd like to. But we're always willing to help everybody. Now, the idea, of course, I've said this a few times, Vern and I don't want to tell everybody what they should or shouldn't do with their
No.
channel. We learn from creators of all sizes every single day and are both grateful for that. So the idea here is that as we engage conversation, as people are asking questions and mentioning comments, I'm very grateful for that as well. We're all able to learn a little bit more, add what we talk about here to the information you already know and things you're going to learn so that you can make the right decisions for your own channels and videos.
I only have one quick thing left, and I know we're going to go to Kristen's, is if you are a serious content creator, get to learn how and get a good editing app that will help you. I love Power Director, but my new phone doesn't allow Power Director on my phone. I don't know why. So now I'm using InShot, which I am actually enjoying. Not more than Power Director, but I am enjoying it because it's giving me you know how when you're talking and you can flip the screen, the transitions, it's giving me that. And I wasn't able to get transitions from Power Director. So I am enjoying that. But learn your editing app, what works for you. That is super important.
Pardon me, there's a lot of opportunity there too. As you become more proficient with whatever app or program you're using, you can get into doing tutorials and showing other people as well. If for those of you who have been hanging out in Tuber Chat for the last couple of weeks, you'll see how many ideas have come up where I'm saying, well, I want to do a tutorial, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, which means there's a lot more demand than supply for this stuff. But whatever app or program you're using, there will be YouTube videos out there that you can use as a start to get to know your program and hopefully improve the quality of your content. Another thought that I'd love for everybody to think about is when you look back on your videos, just from a few months ago, particularly from a year ago, the idea is, have you improved? Because we can talk about subscribers and watch hours and all that other stuff as much as we want, but if the production value of your videos is improving, then you're definitely on the right track. If you look back and this week's video looks exactly like it was a year ago, you might want to think about stepping it up a little bit because it's time to improve. Now, I want to always be cautious about the way that I talk about that. I want to be inspiring and motivating when we say this, but at the same time, we do have a responsibility to, in my opinion, to maximize the time that we're spending on all of this stuff. It's a lot of work. So I'd love to see everybody get all that they want out of YouTube. That's what we're here for. It doesn't have to be monetization. You don't have to start a business. You don't have to sell t-shirts. But whatever it is that you want, that's what Vern and I wish for you to not only to get, but to maximize. So,
to get good
that's just a thought more than anything else. I should ask you about that. How's your merchandise going?
Oh, it's going awesome. I'm actually going to be having new t-shirts coming out because I do something on IG in the morning called Devotion and Donuts, where I just give a good word to start your morning off. And then I stop at Dunkin' Donuts and I get my coffee and my donuts. So that's why it's called Devotion and Donuts. And I love it. And it's going great. As I'm driving to work, I'm talking and just giving a pep talk, basically, positive energy to start your mind off right. So those t-shirts will be coming soon. Again, on Instagram, you can reach me at the Empress 19 or Vernes Young Closet. They both go to the same one. And then on YouTube, you can reach me at Vernes Young Closet or the Mac Show. Woo-hoo!
That's where we get a behind the scenes look at Vern's Junk Closet. So I hope everybody will connect with her if you haven't already. I hope everybody will connect with each other here in the chat. You can always go back to a Tuber Chat replay and pick up anybody that you missed. You will find a little bit of common family members between Vern's Junk Closet and Tuber Chat. She was inspirational in the creation of Tuber Chat. And we've seen a few creators come through here today that were originally met through Vern's Junk Closet before Tuber Chat even started. Brown Girl Bella is still with us. House of X Entertainment is still with us. We're going to go and watch a premiere from Kristen Welton in about 10 minutes. That's my love. We live together close to Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada. So we didn't mention it today, but if you're wondering about our backgrounds and our green screens today, I have the Canadian Niagara Falls, and Vern has the American Niagara Falls. This was actually her idea from the last time we got together for episode number 200, and we thought it would be interesting because Vern, living in New York, lives on the American side, not too far away from Niagara Falls, and I happen to be very close. So we thought it would be fitting, shows a little bit more of what the couple of things we've got in common. If you wonder to yourself, how is it that, Tuber Chat and Vern's Junk Closet have become such good friends? We were drawn to each other a long, long time ago, but we actually have more in common than you might think. We were both adopted at birth, and we did a live stream on Vern's channel where we talked in depth about that. You can go and see that over there. We've been together many times. She's been here on Tuber Chat for episode 100, 200, and now 300 as our only extra special guest. And I've also joined her on many panels before, so hopefully you'll enjoy that over there as well. When I talk about merchandise, I have to regroup for myself because I started getting into merchandise right when the pandemic started. And I went with Amazon merch, and they shut it all down as soon as I had the stuff set up. So I got to regroup and figure out what I'm going to do about that. But that's only a secondary idea anyway. In the meantime, if anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And if you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. If you have the ability to share it out, even though we're going to close it off now, I hope we'll be able to help more people by catching the replay and reach more creators, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Reddit, or any other social network. I'll appreciate any shares as well.
Is her live at 4?
Pardon?
Is her premiere at 4?
Yeah, 10 minutes from now. We still got a few minutes here that we can talk. I'm just dropping the link, actually, so that we can go over there. And
Nurse Leslie said, would love advice for going live the first time. So I'm going to tell you 2 things quick, fast. One is I do have a video. You can go check it out. It's on my main page under the channel section about if you're nervous to go live. Go watch that video and practice. As much as you practice, you will get better. I don't believe practice makes you perfect. I believe practice makes you better. You'll get more confidence. You'll gain more confidence. You'll get more comfortable. So practice with the camera off, looking at the light, your mannerisms. What do you do? Now I just go live and I just do whatever. And if something falls, I just pick it up. Because you want to be real. You don't want to be fake and phony. People will see that. You want to be real. As much as you got. One time I had a fly and a bug in the screen. I just kept on going. I didn't stop it because it's real. It happens. Who doesn't get bugs? So I think just practicing and learning how to look at the camera. What do you want to say? Write your words down. Because if you're like me, I'm forgetful. So I always write something down. I have my little cue cards. Just practice it. What do you say, Kevin?
So if you were to ask any creator here in the chat, name me your first 5 videos in order, I'll bet you every creator will say, oh no, I don't remember. So the point that I want to make with that is if you can get out there and just start putting out the content, particularly with live streaming, is I'd love to see people experiment with anything they think might help their channel. You can always change your mind and delete it after if you don't like it. Same goes for videos. I wish you'd film everything that you think might be valuable. You can always not use it. You can always delete it. You could change your mind 100 times. You don't even have to delete it. What I did with my shorts videos, for instance, is I published a few, decided I didn't want them anymore, made them private, and then I just put them back up again a little while later. You can do this as often as you want, but live streaming becomes so much easier after you get started. So I want to encourage anybody. Now, Nurse Leslie in particular happens to be a compelling storyteller, and she is a dynamic host. So I think she's going to be fine and do very well when she starts live streaming. So I'd love to see you get into that. So I hope that you will. And, I always just want to encourage everybody to give a try to anything that you're thinking about. I should make a last call for questions. If anybody has anything that they would like us to discuss, we still have a few minutes before we're going to go and watch Kristen Welton's premiere. And if you want to ask a question or mention a comment for us to see, just please mention it with 3 thumbs up. It helps us see it right away. And then
I'm
we
going to
will.
drop my second channel again, VMAX Show. And if you are not connected to me on Vernes Junk Closet, I would love to have you over there. Again, it's a lot of energy. It's fun. It's laughing. We get a lot of woohoo. I'm your cheerleader. So you come on over and join it because I want you to feel love. I want you to feel welcome. And I want you to enjoy your YouTube journey. Have fun with this. Don't get stressed out. Don't get overwhelmed. And if you do, take a break. I mean, you don't need to be here constantly. Take a break. And that's what I want you to understand.
You know, anxiety is a big thing, and I'm no authority. I don't know, nearly enough about anxiety and the things that come along with it. But my belief is that we all feel a little bit of it at times. So I'll let everybody in on a little secret, because you might see Vern and I here on our channels or here together right now and say, oh, they're very confident, they're able to talk, look at them go. And that would be great. I hope that, that can give some confidence to anybody who hasn't live streamed and is thinking about it. But in a past life, I was a DJ for a long time. And I would literally say to myself at the beginning of almost every single day, I would look at my watch. This is a new one because Vern gave me this one. But when I'd have an older watch, I'd look at it and I'd say, okay, I know that no matter what, I'm out of here at 2 a.m. No matter what happens, it doesn't matter how horrible tonight goes, it will end at 2 o'clock. So I'm out of here. I'm not saying that's a great idea for everybody, but it's just something to keep in mind, because when you come to Tuber Chat, I'm sure that you're used to seeing me so forward and talking nonstop, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But there's always a little bit of anxiety, I think, in everybody when it comes to presenting yourself. It's the number one fear in the world that I'm aware of is talking on stage or talking in front of a crowd and things like this. We do have the safety of not actually being able to see the crowd in front of us. If you have 50 people in your chat, you're not really looking over a crowd. But that little bit of anxiety is something I think almost everybody feels. I just wanted to share that quick story because I want to motivate anybody who hasn't live streamed yet to try. Because like I said, you can cut it off whenever you want. You can make it, you can delete it. There's even a setting that you can use that tells YouTube to automatically unlist your live stream as soon as it ends. So that if you're not happy with it, you can leave it away. Most people, I think, just end up letting their live streams go. And that's fine.
I want to say a quick story for me is I've been doing this over 2.5 years. I still get nervous. Even today, I have to run and go to the potty before I go live. I don't know why. It always happens.
See,
it always happens.
Kristen says as well, letting your audience know that you're nervous makes you more relatable. Absolutely. Everybody that you're watching on YouTube, even the biggest YouTubers with millions of subscribers, are real people. You know what I mean? And at some point, you get a lot of reality out of a lot of creators. That will, be the thing that I think makes you the most comfortable. A lot of people will say, just be yourself. We hear it a million times in our life, but it's the truth. If you just turn the camera on, start talking, I promise you, somebody will come into your live stream and give you something to talk about if you don't have an idea. Happens all the time.
I do want to say one quick thing. I know we're getting ready to go over to Kristen's to catch her premiere, but if you have 500 subscribers, try to go live on your phone. I tried to do that the other day, and they gave me a whole message, and they were telling me that I could. I didn't click it, but I am going to try it out today. That is something you may want to see. Maybe you can do now.
It's possible. I hadn't heard of a change in that role, but we'll have to see. We'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, I'll let them know. And I wish we could stay longer, but we'll be here on the 400th episode. So write your questions down now.
Yep. If anybody hasn't connected with Vern's Junk Closet, I hope that you will. Her link's been dropped through the chat. It is in the description of the video, so you can go back and catch it. But a simple search for Vern's Junk Closet is going to bring her up right away. And then
and you shared me out twice this week too, so thank you for that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then as well, she does have a second channel where you can get a little bit more of a fun behind the scenes look at Verne's junk closet as well.
Yes.
So thank you everybody for joining us. We are going to go over to Kristen Welton's channel right now. She's got a premiere for us.
Yay!
And everybody can go over there. Please remember to give us a thumbs up on the way out. Give Kristen Welton a thumbs up on the way in. And we will see everybody very soon. Thank you for joining us again.
Love and light, everybody.
Thank you, Vern.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.